So the relaxation tips and tricks has a lot to do with your breathing, and that's where a lot of um, the hot teas, the sleepy time teas. That's where that comes into play. You don't want to fall asleep in a room that's too warm. You don't want to fall asleep in a room that's too cold. Maintaining your body temperature is a big one for the relaxation training. More of a meditation approach is used for that one. So then there's also biofeedback, and that is the feedback that your body gives you. And so that is how the relaxation techniques are working on your body. So for some people, meditation works, and some people it doesn't, but the hot tea works. And those are all things that you kind of have to learn with your body. Some deep breathing, some guided imagery. All of those things, they can present you with these tools, but how you use them and what works for you is individualized as the person. So one of the last parts of the cognitive behavior therapy, is the cognitive control. So this can go in a different way. This is when you bring in the medications. And for some people, this is just the path that you have to take. The meditation and relaxation techniques just don't work. And even if you stop the screen time and get ready for bed at a decent hour and give yourself that time to rest and reset, sometimes it just doesn't work. And it's very individualized from person to person. It just depends on who they are. So another one of the big things that go with a cognitive behavioral therapy that I should have talked about, like the stimulus control, this falls under that. So first off, you shouldn't be drinking that much alcohol every day. 1 to 2 glasses per day. But so alcohol speeds up sleep onset, but it wakes you quicker. There's more increased wakefulness at night. So you feel really tired when you start drinking, but then it wakes you up throughout the night. You don't get a restful night's sleep. And so that one's a little counterproductive when it comes to trying to help with something to sleep. Another one is stimulants. Caffeine. Caffeine actually has a very long half-life, in between 6 to 8 hours per 90 milligrams. So 1 cup of coffee, that stimulant's not going to wear off right away. So you really need to be mindful about your ingestion of caffeine and possibly cut back throughout the day. Again, that's individualized because, night shifters tend to drink more caffeine to stay awake, but then they also have a harder time falling asleep. So it's really you have to find that healthy balance as you kind of progress in life. So you also need to be careful about medications. And also another big one is nicotine. So nicotine is actually a stimulant, and nicotine withdrawal can affect sleep as well. So when you go to sleep and say a person smokes 1 cigarette every hour, then you sleep for 8 hours, and so you've missed 8 hours of smoking time theoretically. So your body goes into that withdrawal, which wakes you. So then the cigarette is subconsciously keeping you awake at night. And so realistically, you shouldn't be smoking anyway, but you have to be very mindful about that. Some people who have insomnia and don't know, and are smokers and don't know why, that's a big factor. So then another good one, which a lot of people don't think about because that's like the bedtime snack routine, is when you eat at night, it slows your digestion. Your digestion slows at night. So when you eat at night, you have that food sitting right there, which the big one is heartburn. And so when your body is supposed to be in a restful state. It's trying to digest whatever you've ingested right before you went to bed. So usually a good time to stop is between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. depending on your sleep schedule. Give yourself about between 3 and 4 hours from when you last ate to when you're actually going to go to bed. So that's a big one. And that kind of, the bedtime snack is a very popular thing, but it really can help disrupt your sleep pattern. So on the positive ways you can try and improve your sleep hygiene, you need to be consistent. You need to go to bed every night at the same time. And it's also extremely helpful to get up at the same time every single day. You need that routine. So, and even on weekends, you need to maintain that routine. And then it's important to make sure you have a dark room. You have to trick your mind into thinking it's dark, which is really helpful for night shifters. So, your body associates dark with bedtime. And so you have to keep that in mind when you're trying to sleep, because you probably won't be able to sleep in a super sunny room, even if you have worked all night and haven't slept. Another helpful thing is to remove all of the screens from your bedroom and just use your bedroom to sleep. That's very important. Avoiding large meals before bedtime, we kind of already talked about that. That's super important as well. And it's also important for more than just your sleep hygiene, but you should be getting at least 30 minutes of exercise per day. And so that helps regulate your mind and your body. So it kind of gives you that little boost of serotonin, which is very helpful in day to day, but it also helps you rest better. So that's super helpful and highly recommended. Also, if you can't sleep and you are on a medication that you're questioning, you can always ask your doctor, because that can also be a side effect of insomnia. So if you're supposed to take this medication before bed, but it doesn't help you sleep, and after you talk to your physician, you may be able to move it to more of a morning time medication. So keep you up a little bit, help you get tired, but it won't keep you up at night. Most of the cognitive behavioral therapy sessions, most people find between 6 to 8 visits extremely beneficial, because after that, they really focus on teaching you these techniques at home so you can keep using these and hopefully develop a healthy sleep pattern. Some great little fun facts about sleep hygiene. So ever since internet became accessible 24 hours a day, sleep distractions and insomnia instances went up. So one of our biggest distractions from sleep hygiene is 24-hour internet access. Today, 75% of us stream in color. Before television, 15% of us did. I find that to just be super interesting, that the images that we view on a screen actually extremely impact our dreams. Some car rental contracts, they make you promise not to drive on fewer than 6 hours of sleep. Studies show that after 18 hours of no sleep, only 18, it has the same effect as having 2.5 alcoholic drinks. So that's a big one. For people who work 24-hour shifts or even 48-hour shifts, their brains stop functioning at 100% after 18 hours. So that's also super unsafe for patients or customers, whatever field they're in. So tiredness peaks around 2 a.m. and 2 p.m. for most people. That's why you're less alert after lunch. I know it's very common for people to think that once they eat in the afternoon, that's what makes them tired. But actually, that's kind of just like a downtime in their mind. And it happens to a lot of people, super common. And again, like one of the most interesting facts is if you take more than 15 minutes to fall asleep, that can indicate a sleep disorder. And for some people, they think, oh, 15 minutes, that's nothing. But realistically, that's actually quite a bit of time to be laying in bed and not being able to fall asleep. I hope you enjoyed my presentation about obtaining and maintaining sleep hygiene.